Hi there, it's me, Katie Beth again. And today I'm going to show you how I made Bobelli's birthday present, which is this Haunted Mansion cookie jar. It's like Sally's potions jar dish. You can see it all the way around. It's really cute. And I'll show you how I made it. Oh, P.S. Happy birthday, Bobelli. This is the clay that I ended up using. I got it at Michael's. It's $11.99 each, but you can use coupons on it. I ended up needing 2 of them. Yeah, it's a really heavy jar. The clay itself are 2 pounds each package, and I used 2 of them, so it's about 4 pounds of clay and the jar. So a bit of a heavy jar is what it ends up being. So this is what the clay looks like when you first open it up, and it does have a bit of a smell to it. It ended up smelling up my whole kitchen, plus the lotion that you're supposed to use. You can wet your hands or use lotion, it says. I just use lotion. And this is the stuff that I use, just because I had it around the house, really easy to get. So next I took some clay, I flattened it out with a rolling pin so I could have the flat bottom. I wanted to do the bottom first to make sure it got done. And I kind of made a lot of these little balls you just flatten out with the rolling pin and then stuck them onto the jar and just covered the whole jar that way. And this is also really where the lotion comes into hand because it helps smoothing the lines between the pieces. It did kind of get like a weird granny looking sag to it, but was kind of cool for what I needed it for. And to make it pop out more, as you can see, I just made like layers of the stuff and layered it on and tried to smooth it out to get that pop out type of section. And also, next I did the lid. And then I let this first layer dry. This is pretty much what I ended up with the first time. I let it dry that way. This is after it's been drying for about 2 days. It took a really long time to dry, I think just because I have it on so thickly. Note also during those 2 days, I had laid it on its side so that the bottom could dry, because I wanted that bottom to be nice and dry so it could hold the rest of it. So here is the day when I put the next layers on. I needed that bulge to be a little bigger, so I put some more layers on there and then tried to smooth it in. And I just kept lotioning up and trying to smooth all of that in with my hands. And once I had that to where I liked it, I started putting the label on. And here I'd like to note that if I did this project again, I would put the label on after I did all the sculpting and painting. It would just be a little easier if it was already painted to put that last label on top of it. Also, just to note, to carve in the label, I used this little pick here on the bottom. I got it at Harbor Freight in like a pick set. It was like $1 or $1.99. After I had the Deadly Nightshade label done and I had added more to the top to make it more round, I let it dry again for another day or 2. I think it was like a day and a half. Then when that was dry, I went ahead and filled in all the gaps that I had missed. Like up here on the edge, I filled in like that glass part all around the hooks to get more clay on there so all of the glass was covered. I had put some wax paper in between the lid when I shut it so that the clay wouldn't dry to itself. It would have a bit of a barrier, which seemed to work really well. And after that was done, I got to do the painting. So the color, I mixed a lot of white and black to get this nice dark gray. And I just painted all over that. And again, I used the wax paper on the top still to keep it from sticking. And then I used a lighter gray for the label. And then when that was dry, I went in with black to write the label. And it was actually kind of difficult because I had carved in the label. I think if I were to do it again, I wouldn't carve it in. I would just paint it on top. It would be a lot easier. And then to do touch-ups, of course, I mixed more paint. I did a lot of mixing with black and white, but I wanted more texture on the side, so I did this weird mixture here, and I scrumpled up my wax paper. And this is me trying it at first. And it looked horrible and I started freaking out. So here the camera's slowly going towards the ground as I'm freaking out about how it looks. But I was able to do a lot of blending. And as you see here, I did like splotting on the top and blended in because I wanted that more stone type of texture look to it. And then once I was done, I went ahead and sealed it. And I sealed it with some Mod Podge. And here's a note that I didn't do. I kind of sealed it last minute, so I only let it dry less than 24 hours. You need more than 24 hours to let it seal, otherwise it's still a little tacky and kind of sticks to things, and it'll pull off some of the paint. So this is what the movie version looked like, and this is what my birthday present for Bobelli looked like. So pretty bad, pretty close, not bad at all. And everyone, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And happy birthday, Bobelli. Thanks for watching.